Guys, what's up and welcome to the Blitz Pools fan zone. It is the time of the final. I'm Rohan Manglani, Sam Kapoor with me. What's up, Sam? How's it going?
Good man, just chilling, waiting for the big games to happen. The Europa League final and the Champions League final. Now that the domestic leagues are over, that's all we have to look up uh, for until the Euro start. So yeah, looking forward, man. How's it going with you?
Well, as you can see, this is what happens when there's a lockdown and there's nobody to cut your hair. But and I see that even you need a haircut, like me.
Yeah, man, since forever.
All right, Sam, let's get straight into it. It's two massive
Yeah,
finals. We'll be talking about the first one now. We are talking
yep.
about Manchester United versus Villarreal. Now, as everybody knows, Manchester United, of course, have are unbeaten in the league. They are in some brilliant form in the league. They finished second in the English Premier League. Villarreal, on the other hand, have played 14 matches in the Europa League. From those 14, they've won 12 and they've drawn only two. One of them was a crucial draw against Arsenal, which they beat Arsenal and got into the final of the Europa League. Sam, what do you
Yep.
just give me a minute on what you on this fixture? What do you think about the fixture?
See, I personally feel it's going to be a very very closely contested fixture because as you said, both the teams are in top form. Both the teams have done well. I think United have done better domestically than Villarreal has. Villarreal unfortunately couldn't finish in the top four. They were playing Madrid over the last weekend, but they couldn't win that game. Obviously, Unai Emery had rested a few of his players, but I think Villarreal, since they've not had a trophy in a long time, since they have showed some good form in the Europa League,
Hmm.
wherein they've been unbeaten, I think that they will go out all guns blazing in this final. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing Gerard Moreno play and lead the line against a United defense which might not have Harry Maguire.
You're
So
right. Hmm.
it's going to be a good match. And even Solskjaer's men, they haven't managed to win the league. They haven't won any other major trophy this year. They've done well, but they don't have a trophy to show for it. And United, being a big club, would definitely want some silverware in their cabinet. And players like Bruno Fernandes and Rashford and Luke Shaw and all, who've shown good form domestically, would be giving it their all to get some silverware. So it's going to be a good game to watch for sure.
Absolutely, man. I can't agree with you more on that. I think that you summed it up very well. And Villarreal has been extremely balanced and organized this season. And Man United just waiting now to go out there and win something this season. They've had a good season. They've done really well. They've come through. They didn't start off the season very well. So let's see. Okay, let's move straight into the team, Sam. Now this is, by the way,
Yep.
just want to inform all of you who are watching this that whoever wins the pool, the pool, the Man United versus Villarreal pool, there is Blitz Pools is giving away the match ball. That's up for grabs, and of course all the other prizes which are
Wow.
there. I know, Sam. Unfortunately, we can't participate in that. But
Yeah, man. That sucks.
all right, let's get into the team, Sam. Shall we?
Yep.
All right,
Yep. So I've got. Yeah, I think you should start with your team first.
sure.
I'll pick
So
up from there.
let's start with yeah. So I've gone with DDG. As the goalkeeper. Who's your keeper?
I've gone for the Villarreal keeper. I have Rulli in goal. I think he is going to be up there to make a few saves because United will attack. So just going by the points you get for making saves, I've gone with Rulli.
All right. I've then gone for Pau Torres.
I've got him too. I've got him too.
you got him too. Huh? He's one of
Yeah.
the key guys for Villarreal. I've gone with Aaron Van Bissaka because I think that he'll start. I think he'll play. He'll be very crucial for Man United. So have you also opted for Aaron Van Bissaka?
Yeah, I have gone for Van Bissaka, and I'm actually, hoping that Chukwueze, who's a Villarreal left winger, he becomes fit and
Hmm.
he plays because it's going to be an amazing 1v1 duel with Van Bissaka at right back and Chukwueze playing on the left wing against him. I think Van Bissaka winning some tackles and giving me points is something I foresee in this game.
Absolutely, man. And also what you just mentioned, that is going to be a phenomenal battle. Van Bissaka versus Chukwueze. If Chukwueze obviously is fit and can play, we're
Yeah,
all hoping for that, except for United fans. But
Yeah.
all right, then of course I've gone for the one defender who, since I'm an Arsenal fan, everybody's made fun of this, but it's Raul Albiol.
Yeah, even I've got Raul Albiol in my
Oh, you
team. I
was.
don't believe. Yeah, I don't think he's much of a a great defender as such. But I think that maybe this being a big game, maybe this being a final Villarreal score of a set piece, and Raul Albiol gets the header in. So yeah, that was my rationale going for Albiol, and I've got Luke Shaw alongside him, who again might give me points going ahead with his assists. So I've gone with four at the back with Van Bissaka, Pau Torres, Albiol, and Luke Shaw.
So well, I have not gone for Luke Shaw actually because I mean obviously he's a great pick I feel because he's also done phenomenally well in the Premier League this season. But then I've gone straight
Yeah.
into my midfield, which is Bruno Fernandes. He's got 5 goals in the Europa League. He's got 4 assists. He's somebody who you can't keep out of any fantasy team anywhere.
Definitely, man. Bruno Fernandes is like a no-brainer. I would actually captain him. So
Bruno
I've gone for
Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
gone for Bruno Fernandes. I've got Pogba and Danny Parejo alongside him. Danny Parejo, amazing, amazing playmaker. Villarreal, whatever good they do in the offensive third runs through him. So, he might have a long range shot in him too. Same with Paul Pogba. So I've gone with Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, and Danny Parejo in my midfield. Which are the players which you have?
I've gone for the same, man, and only purely because of these guys are just phenomenal talents. Yeah, it's very hard. I feel that on finals, it's a big game, and big players rise to big games. And I think that Pogba, we've seen glimpses of that this season. We've seen Bruno being consistent since Jan 2020 for Man United, since the time he's come. And of course, Danny Parejo is also a fantastic, fantastic midfielder. So I mean, it was pretty much a no-brainer. Now, here's the thing which I think we've had to think about the three in the front. Who have you gone for?
I've gone for Gerard Moreno for sure because he's like an out and out goal scorer. He's even going to lead the line for Spain in the Euros, I'm hoping. So I've gone for Moreno. I've gone for Rashford. And I'm hoping that Villarreal start Alcazar as well. They start in an attacking way. So I'm hoping that Paco Alcazar, Moreno, and Rashford get me the points in terms of goal scoring for this game.
Absolutely, man. I've just made one change over there. I've gone with Paco Alcazar. Like you mentioned, he's got 6 goals. He's got 1 assist. Gerard Moreno has got 6 goals and he's got 5 assists. But my third change is that I've not gone for Rashford as you. I've gone with the experience. I'm giving the spot to Edinson Cavani.
Wow, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, I think that, the header you were talking about, I feel that it's going to come in through Cavani's head. I think his positioning has been fantastic, this somehow.
I think his runs off the ball, the timing of his run, his ability to stay onside, to get on the blind side of defenders is just phenomenal, man. Like a pleasure, a delight to watch.
A delight to watch. And what a cracker this game is going to be. Now, Sam, here's the difficult question. What is the prediction?
I for some reason I feel this match is going to be like maybe a 2-2 or a 1-1, and then it's going to go to penalties in the end. Because we haven't seen penalties, I think, since last season, man.
You're right.
You're right. As a fan, I'm hoping to see a shootout in a big final. See the players hold their nerve, go up against each other. So I'm secretly hoping for that, and I just feel that a Spanish team might nick it. If not Sevilla, then maybe Villarreal.
Well, you've said everything I really want to say. But I must say that usually I'm not the guy to, go all out for Man United and stuff like that. But I do think this time, that's my prediction, is that I think it's going to be a comfortable 2-0 win to Man United. Even though I know Villarreal is experienced, I know that, Unai Emery's done a fantastic job with them. But I just think that this United squad are peaking, and they've been peaking at the right time, and they've been peaking consistently. They're going to put it all on to show, on that day on the final. So again, guys, Sam's prediction is that it goes to pens, and after that it could be anybody's game, right?
Yep.
And my prediction is that I'm going to go for a comfortable 2-0 win for United within 90 minutes. That's our prediction.
Okay, Rohan. So time for the big final, the UEFA Champions League final, the game which we wait for the entire year, the tournament which we all like so much, Manchester City versus Chelsea, an all English final. I don't think anyone would have predicted that when the season began. I think all of us were hoping that maybe Bayern Munich or a PSG or maybe a Barca or a Real Madrid would be the ones who turn up in the final. But now we have Man City who beat PSG in the semi-finals. A PSG team which had knocked out Bayern Munich was beaten by Man City, and Chelsea beating the great Real Madrid team, which under Zidane just makes the finals for fun. So I think both these teams uh, been in the best of the forms going into the Champions League final in terms of their European performances. So, what do you think about this big game, man?
Man, while you were just explaining and talking about this final, I was feeling the goosebumps. It's that big a fixture. You rightly said nobody thought that these teams Chelsea would reach the final of the Champions League. Man City is, again, they've shown us sparks of brilliance and they are always capable to reach the Champions League final. But what makes it more interesting, obviously, it is Chelsea's second Champions League final. It's Man City's first Champions League final. Maybe a new era on the cards for teams like Chelsea with the amount they've spent, and Man City. So it is. I mean, it's everything to be a cracker. It has everything to be a cracker on that day. And it's just. I mean, while talking about it, it's amazing that how we've got here with both these phenomenal English teams. uh, it's can't wait for it, man. Honestly.
So, what's your team, man, for this game?
So it's tough, man. I mean, honestly speaking, while making this team, there were a lot of things to consider. Obviously, you have your usual suspects, which I'm sure even you have, and I'm sure even which I have. But I also feel there are some things which I've tried to change a little bit. But I'm going to just tell you my team. So I've gone with Edison in goal. What about you? You
I actually wanted to go in for Mendy, but Mendy got injured in the
hmm,
EPL, man. So, I'm not sure
same
whether he'll
reason.
start, whether
Hmm,
Kepa will start. So, that's why I've gone for Edison
yeah.
because better safe than sorry. So, I've gone for Edison and I've gone for four defenders in front of him.
The Golden Glove winner also. Oh, you've gone for four
Yep,
defenders in
yep.
front of him. That's
Yeah.
lovely. I've gone for three defenders. I'm playing with the
Okay.
back three, so I've gone for Ruben Diaz. I've gone for Aspilicueta. I've gone for Rudiger because I'm banking on Chelsea's defense because I feel that's their only way, if anything, to get anything out of this game.
You know, I agree with your rationale behind choosing Aspilicueta and Rudiger, but I personally have gone for defenders who could give me points in the opposition half. Because this being a final, again, big games many times at the world stage are decided by set pieces. So Thiago Silva is an aerial presence.
Hmm.
John Stones is an aerial presence, so I've gone for both of them.
Hmm.
Ruben Diaz is a no-brainer, so I've gone for him as well. And Ben Chilwell delivers set pieces, takes corners for Chelsea. He
Hmm.
did score in the last week of the EPL as well. So I'm going for Chilwell, Stones, Thiago Silva, and Ruben Diaz. That's my midfield. Oh,
That's
sorry, that's
your
my defense.
Yeah, and what a
My
defense
defense.
that is because honestly, like you mentioned, that Ben Chilwell again very key. He gets himself into those spaces that which he just takes on the player, and he's already in the box suddenly. I mean, he's just a
I think
phenomenal
Chelsea playing with five at the back gives him that freedom to go push
to
up and
go.
join the attack.
True, true,
So
true.
maybe playing in a back four he can't be so advanced, but in a back five he definitely can be. So how's your midfield looking?
KDB. I mean, it has to be
KDB.
KDB. It has to be
Yeah,
KDB.
KDB for sure.
But yeah, I mean, KDB 10 goals. Sorry, 3 goals, 4 assists. There's no chance you can leave him out. I've also gone for Phil Foden because I'm telling you, I think I've told you this also so many times when we've been doing these chats that how much I believe in Phil Foden. I think that he's just come off age this season. It's a big final. Don't be surprised if he gets the winner. And I don't mind even saying that because that's the form he's in at the moment.
I'm secretly deep down hoping for Sergio Aguero to get the winner, man. Like, what a way
Yeah,
to
I mean, that's
bid
a.
farewell to his fans and the team. But anyway, I've gone for KDB and I've gone for N'Golo Kante besides him because I feel that the main reason why Chelsea beat Madrid and made it through to the finals was because of the shift he put in. So
Yeah.
if anyone can, shut down Gundogan, can shut down KDB, can shut down the City midfield, it's going to be N'Golo Kante. And I'm just hoping that Mendy and Kante do get fit and they do play in this final. Because, only if they do play, Chelsea and City would, be a tough fight. Because without N'Golo Kante, I don't see Chelsea challenging City.
I
So
mean,
I'm hoping that Kante can make it.
I agree with you 100%, and hence even I have gone for N'Golo Kante, but I've also gone for Riyad Mahrez and I've gone for Mason Mount. Again, purely based on the form and the glimpses they've shown us this season. In fact, Mahrez and Mount both not glimpses, but they've had a pretty consistent season and they've really come off the ranks in this last season. I think they both Mahrez has got about 4 goals and 2 assists only in the Europa League. Mason Mount has 2 goals and 1 assist. Their stats in the Premier League are phenomenal. I just thought had to get them.
Yeah, same here, man. I've gone for Mount and Foden as well. Like both of them, very, very young, promising talents. Looking forward to see them play for England in the Euros, to be honest with you. And
Yeah.
Riyad Mahrez is someone who I feel that, since he joined City, he couldn't show us his best potential with Sane being there, with Silva playing on the wing. But this season, Riyad Mahrez has made that winger position his own. I think Raheem Sterling has been sitting out most of the matches because Mahrez is starting in the big games. And it's just a delight to watch the ball on his left foot, man. Like when he carries it, the way he shimmies, the way he finishes on goal.
He brought them.
He's,
he brought them. He brought them. He beat them. He beat PSG single-handedly, and he got them to the final. So 100%. And
I think along.
So
Sorry,
you go.
yeah,
Sorry,
tell me.
go ahead.
I said along with Mahrez, Mount, and Foden, I've got Timo Werner to lead my attack because I know he's not been scoring many goals, but one thing I like about him is he gets there and he gets those chances. And being a world-class player, it's a matter of time that he finishes those chances. So I think he could get me a goal in the final and give me some points.
Absolutely. I've gone for Timo Werner and Hakim Ziyech in my remaining 2 players. Hakim Ziyech because again I feel that impact player could it's a chance, it's a punt I'm taking honestly. But for Timo Werner, I do believe that Chelsea has this knack or this uncanny knack of getting these plays. If you remember, they beat Barcelona with that Ramirez goal, and then Fernando Torres had scored for them. I mean, he had not performed for them all season, and then he got one free goal. Drogba got the goal against Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've just gone for Timo Werner because I think that Chelsea are blessed with strikers who can perform on such big occasions, whether they do or don't during the season. So yeah.
So what's your prediction for the game, Rohan? What do you think? Which way is this going to swing?
I think that it's going to be a Man City win. I think a comfortable Man City win because I just feel that Man City have played better football throughout the season. I think that Man City's team is a bit more experienced than this current Chelsea's team. And I think Pep is also, I mean, obviously he's been at the club now for way longer than what Thomas Tuchel has been at Chelsea. So I think keeping all these factors in mind, the goals scored, the amount, and the players and stuff like that, I would go for a comfortable Man City win. But however, I say comfortable, but I think that Chelsea will fight it. But I go for a 2-1.
Even I personally think that City might nick this because they've been in a rich vein of form. They just won their Premier League game by 5 goals. The last game they played. Chelsea, on the other hand, lost. That's not the best way to go into a final. So I believe that Guardiola being at the helm since so long at City, his main goal was always not to win the EPL but to win the Champions League and get some silverware at a club other than Barcelona. He didn't win anything at Bayern Munich. He's been at City for so long, and now finally he's got a chance to play a Champions League final. So I just believe that the players at City have been there with the club for a longer time than the Chelsea players. So the main thing, which is desire, is going to be more amongst that group of players, and maybe that's what will see them through. And also the fact that Chelsea might miss Mendy, might miss Kante, I think that gives City a further edge in this game.
Those are big misses in a game like this. Big misses.
Definitely. All
right, man. So guys, you guys have heard our predictions. Once again, if you win the pool, there is a match ball to be won. There's also a mega prize which Blitz Pools is giving away. Sam, now again, this is something which we can't participate in, but it is a John Terry signed jersey. Can you imagine?
Wow, that's phenomenal, man.
I know.
That's
Wish
really
we were
amazing.
wish we were the participants and wish we were playing the pools and we could win these prizes, right? No. So
Yeah.
guys, remember it's the match ball which you can win, and there's also a mega prize of winning a John Terry signed jersey. All right, guys. Good luck for the Europa League finals, which is on Wednesday night, and good luck for the Champions League finals on Saturday night, whichever team you support. Do also understand that playing on the pools is totally at your risk, and please play responsibly. Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Alright guys, let's just go through the rules in scoring. For every player who's played 55 minutes or more, he gets 2 points. Played less than 55 minutes, there's a point given. For every goal scored by a goalkeeper or a defender, that's 10 points. For every goal scored by a midfielder, that's 9 points. For every goal scored by a forward, that's 8 points. For every assist, that's 5 points. For every 20 passes completed by a player, that's a single point. For a clean sheet by a midfielder, that's a single point again. That's a clean sheet for a goalkeeper or defender is valued at 5 points. For every 3 shots saved by a goalkeeper, that's 2 additional points. For every penalty saved by a goalkeeper, that's 9 points. For every 3 successful tackles made, that's a point again. For a yellow card, it is -1. For a red card, it is -3. For every own goal, it is -2. For every 2 goals conceded by a goalkeeper or defender, it is -1. For every penalty missed by a player, it is -2.